Welcome back, true believers. Elite Legend back at you with a Marvel Legend review. Today we're taking a look at the Rider series Punisher. Frank Castle was a decorated Marine, an upstanding citizen, and a family man. Then his family was taken from him when they were accidentally killed in a brutal mob hit. From that day, he became a force of cold, calculated retribution and vigilantism. Frank Castle died with his family. Now there is only the Punisher. And now we see the Punisher in all of his glory. He comes with a really cool helmet, comes with an additional beat-up head, sawed-off shotgun, additional machine guns, comes with a machete, and a baseball bat. Now this figure is a beautiful figure. It's more of a modern take on the Punisher. They added this helmet, which is a nod to the more recent story, Punisher's Kill Crew, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So Punisher is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe, my favorite anti-hero. Made his debut during issue 129 of The Amazing Spider-Man in 1974. And just like the Kingpin, who was featured in my last Marvel Legend video, he was created by John Romita Sr. Here we see the Punisher with his straight face. Here is a comic book that is very similar to this appearance. For those of you living under a rock, this helmet is a nod to the Kill Crew storyline. Speaking of the Kill Crew storyline, Elite Legend recently broke one of his rules when I read modern comic books. I actually read the whole run. It was entertaining. There was none of the social justice nonsense, and it was an entertaining story overall. Speaking of the Kill Crew, we see my Kit Bash Foggy Nelson, we see the Juggernaut, and we see the Black Knight. I may be mistaken. I was reading this while I was half asleep, but I do think there was a panel where the Cosmic Ghost Rider appeared in one of the issues of Kill Crew. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments below. Now, we've all seen this bike before. Love the matte finish. Love the Punish 616, which is the timeline of the Marvel Universe, the main timeline, the only timeline that Elite Legend acknowledges. But if this was a Kill Crew version of the Punisher, we wouldn't be having this. We'd have something that looks like this. We'd have the Punisher mobile. Excuse the dust, I literally dug this out of the garage right before filming. When you have a 2-year-old and your producer is busy taking care of them and manning the house and putting down laminate flooring, you kind of get pressed for time. One of the funnier things of the Kill Crew storyline was how Punisher jacked a enchanted goat that's owned by Thor to help him navigate and track down the Frost Giant. So I'd love to see a Frost Giant released by Hasbro. I know we saw one back in the early days in the Marvel Universe line. I'd love to see a new Frost Giant. I'd also love to see an enchanted goat. Let me know in the comments below, would you like to see that? I'd always be down for a HasLab Punisher van. Maybe then I wouldn't have to finish this bad boy. We saw Hot Wheels gave us a Punisher van. Also gave us some really cool cars back here. We saw Ghost Rider's ride. We saw a taco truck, a Spider-Mobile, which Elite Legend has done a custom of. Maybe one day we'll take a look at that in the future. But again, one of the coolest parts of the story, the Enchanted Goat. This is from the DC Savage Land series. This is actually belongs to the Joker. So let's take a look at some other Punisher figures now. So first we see the OG. This is the Punisher from the Toy Biz line. This will never leave my collection. We see the Diamond Select Punisher as he is blasting a goon on a pinball machine, which is actually one of the things that Elite Legend used to do before I became a dad. Now, play pinball. Now, also, we see one of the more recent Punishers. This is Frank Castle in space. Haven't read the storyline yet, but I will eventually. Hopefully it's a quick read, just like the Kill Crew was. This is from the Rider series as well. This is the Walgreens Punisher that came out a couple of years ago. Of course, we see the Rider series here. This was an exclusive to, I believe, GameStop, or a fan channel exclusive. This is another cool recent story where the Punisher ends up finding the War Machine armor. Definitely got to check that out. Here we see the Netflix exclusive Punisher. I'm not big on MCU figures, but it's the Punisher, so I got him. He was part of the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave, I believe. And here we see the retro card Punisher. This is not an expensive figure, but it's been hard for me to break it out of the packaging, although it is a classic look. I may end up putting this in my collection. Hopefully I can find another one cheap. So, and also another fan channel exclusive. This came out, I believe, last year. Picked this up at GameStop. Haven't had a chance to break it out of the package. However, this outfit right here, if you can pick it up in the camera, maybe you can see it better in the back. This is probably closer to his look in the Kill Crew comics. However, this figure isn't as jacked, and he has the jacket on. So, quick retrospective of Punisher figures. When you're balling on a budget and you don't have the money for a fancy bust, you get a bust bank for $19 on Amazon. Love this. Wish it had a gun, but I think this is marketed towards kids. So before I let you guys go, I'm going to show you some other figures from the Rider series. Here is my Professor X. I did open one. I have an extra box for a custom. Here we have the Ghost Rider, which I still haven't had a chance to open. Love this figure. And we have the Wolverine Rider. I never picked up the Squirrel Girl because reasons. Never picked up the Black Widow because I thought it sucked. And I didn't pick up the Captain America one because I wasn't down with the price. If it drops down below about the $30 range, Elite Legend will pick it up. So that's the video, guys. Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know if you got this Punisher figure. What's your favorite figure from the Rider series? Who do you want to see in the Rider series? Who's your favorite Rider? For Elite Legend, it's Tupac, as I do have ambitions as a Rider. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. Check out my playlist. I have a lot of Marvel Legends content in there. And until next time, make mine Marvel.
Maria.